All right, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Visa plan and the BIDU plan update. First, we'll start with Visa. V could have a quick earnings run. Excuse me. The February 17, 85 calls could be used. Targets are 88 to 90. Visa needs to break above 84 on some good action volume. Good action volume is 1 million on a 10-minute chart. If the volume is, if it's a little under, it's okay. But if it's, something like 700K or something like that, as we're breaking through 84, what you're going to want to do is you're going to watch Visa base above 84 and look for power towards 84.25 to 84.5. The key is this stock has to start showing us power. They might need to consolidate it a bit, but we need to see the power. We're at a key point where we need to start continuing the motion, and going to something like 88 would be really great for these options. They probably do about 200%, depending how quickly it gets there. Could even do better, 300%, right? On the lowest end, 100%, if we get the confirmation. Again, confirmation is key. So let's go take a look at the options quickly. So here I have the Visa options up. Visa closed at 83.24 today on January the 26th. And let's go take a look at the 85 calls. The 85 calls are trading really good. Look at this, 10,000. There's lots of action happening here. So something is up. Not a lot of trading in it, but in terms of there's a lot of interest. Again, these options are under $1, closed at 85 cents. Very tight spread, about a 4-cent spread, or sorry, 5-cent spread, which is pretty good. And these are pretty good to get. These can make some nice dollar bills, and there's some sort of anticipation of higher prices for Visa. So keep this in mind. Earnings are February the 3rd, so February 17 options have plenty of time to make the dollar bills if this has any chances of making the move. All right. So let's get back to the chart. So that's the Visa chart. Let's go take a look at BIDU. All right, people, here's the BIDU update. Before I talk about this plan, BIDU was a stock that I've mentioned many times. I mentioned it back on the 17th, on this day here when it failed to confirm. I mentioned it again, I think just yesterday or a few days ago, and it failed to confirm. And now the beautiful thing about it is now it's set itself up, making it even better and easier for us to make some dollar bills in this stuff if it wants to confirm. And one thing I can tell you is this thing needs both volume and strong price action. It's got to be both, or you're going to be stuck in shop. This thing's not going to go anywhere. Okay, without both, forget it. So keep that in mind. So pay attention to what I'm about to explain. All right. BIDU was set up to test 190 to 192, but this is confirmation of power and pressure. Since this could not confirm, now we have better options to use and a better entry. So now instead of the February the 3rd options, we could use February the 10th, 180 calls or 185 calls could be used. And I watched them, and they traded pretty good today. Not in terms of a lot of options traded, but the spreads were reasonable for the stock, meaning that there is something, some action and anticipation in the options. Doesn't mean anything yet because we don't have confirmation, right? All right, so here we go. BIDU needs to break above 177 now on some strong action volume. Strong action volume is 200K on a 10-minute chart. If the volume is not there, then listen to this video as I explain. You need to watch the space above 177 and look for power towards 178. You want volume action as well, not just strength. You need both, right? Look for that volume. No volume towards 178, then you're looking for basing above 178 and look for power towards 179, right? So the entry is going to be between 177 to 179. We need that price power. We need the price power and volume action combination for BIDU in order to engage in the options. So let's go take a look at the options. All right, so here's the February the 10 options. As you can see, there really isn't a lot of interest here. It's nothing special, nothing big deal. But that could change. At the same time, I did watch the spreads, and the spreads were pretty interesting. With the 180 calls, it shows it a lot larger. Of course, the 185 calls have the tightest spreads, so keep that in mind. But this is not reflective. This isn't going to give you a good idea. I've watched it. I mean, this is, of course, Baidu has bigger spreads. You're probably looking at around, you want spreads. If this stock's serious and moving, you want to see the spreads no more than 20 cents apart. So between 15 to 20 cents apart. When they're larger than that, that means there's something wrong. I can tell you from experience, when the option spreads are normalized, and you have the right price action and power, then you can enter the trade. When sometimes it's moving, there's not enough volume, but the price is moving, but the options are out of whack. Stay away. Stay away. Confirmation is key. Confirmation is key. Study, study, study my videos, people. All right. All right, if you like these plans, follow me on Power Target Trades, my YouTube channel. At the end of the video, you're going to see the Sandro Power Target Trade is going to appear in a circle. Simply click on that. It'll give you an option to subscribe easily through the video automatically. If you have a problem to subscribe, just come to Power Target Trades manually and hit the subscribe button. Another good reason to subscribe is that this gives you a link to my Twitter and my website, where I have some great information about myself, some great plans. You should check out my videos, especially, gain confirmation is key. I try to prevent you from losing money. We want to get in only when we can make the money. You can see my last 2 days ago, Baidu, this did not confirm. You can check out that video. Let's go take a look at my website here. So here's my website. See the nice background over here. But this is the key here. What I want you to do, isn't this nice here? This is the water flowing here. This video here is very informative. Google 300% gains 3 days. Apple. These were confirmed trades based on the plan having before, and then there's the after. So this is documented of how much the options costed before the confirmation, and then how much the options were worth after the confirmation. This is a really great detailed video. Check this one out. Also check out my SPY plan, February the 11th, when most people were bearish. I made a plan to make 300% gains in the options, where some people were calling for a market disaster. So here we go. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.